watching Outlander or Castaway Part 2. We last saw Claire jump out of the boat into the rushing water with a small bag of stuff and a homemade raft. This episode opens with her floating to shore. If I was Claire, I would never get on a boat again, but at least she did find the shore. And for the first 15 minutes of the show, we watch her struggle, going through the island trying to find help, or water, or a town, anything. And while her trek across the island only lasts for 15 minutes, it felt like the full 3 days. Which is why people love this show. You actually feel like you're part of the process. Eventually, she winds up face first in the sand, but luckily right in front of a priest. Well, kind of a priest. And she wakes up tied to a bed, but alive. She gets water and food, but the older woman that's helping her seems pretty hostile. The priest, however, comes off like a Willy Wonka-typed character in the jungle. He does tell her where she is and how to get to Jamaica, but he also has a coconut that he talks to. Maybe this is Castaway. What came out first, this book or the movie? Father Fogden likes Claire because he thinks she's good luck. And why wouldn't he? His goat had a baby! Father Fogden wants her to stay so his luck can continue, but Mamacita wants her gone. She washes and mends her clothes so she can just be about her business. But Claire really wants Father Fogden's help so she doesn't get lost and she can get to Jamaica quickly to warn Jamie. She then uses the only thing she can think of to get Father Fogden to let her go, and that's talk to the coconut and have the coconut talk back to her. After all, he thinks she's really special, so if the coconut talks to him, why wouldn't Claire get a secret message? But as she's standing there talking to it, Mamacita runs in with a goat head, with all the skin off of it. I had to watch this part of the episode like this. And then when they put the beetles on its head, ugh. And then Mamacita tells the story of how she found the goat dead and a Chinaman had been eating it. That catches Claire's attention because it's probably Mr. Willoughby. And when she asks Mamacita where they are, she points the direction and tells her to run. And Claire does. Jamie and his crew were on the shore fixing the mast for their ship, but they were already back on the boat when Claire gets there. Thankfully, she'd stolen a mirror from Father Fogden and was able to signal them. Jamie asks for a spyglass and sees that it's her and runs to the shore to meet her. There are still problems, of course. Jamie is wanted, but he is determined to find Ian no matter what. And Claire has a cut in her arm that needs stitches. But this episode gives us the rare happy ending. Marsley and Fergus have a beach wedding, and it was basically free. The scene was beautiful, and I'm sure it made lovers of the book happy. Father Fogden asks for their names and asks Marsley if she is sure she wants to marry a guy without a hand. And then he asks if Fergus's man parts are still attached, because that's a requirement. The most heartwarming part of the episode for me is when Fergus admits he doesn't have a last name to the priest, and Jamie speaks up and says that his name is Fergus Claudel Fraser. It was a wedding day and an adoption day. Can you imagine if they'd been able to video this and share it on Facebook? That would go viral. Jamie and Claire have a romantic reunion on the ship and everything feels good. And at the end we all feel so good, except for the fact that Jamie and Claire are going to Jamaica to deal with the authorities, and Ian is still missing, and Claire has now been warned twice about a place in Jamaica where people disappear. I'm thinking Claire needs to steer clear of that location.